Hello, everybody. Good day to you, and welcome to some information about some amazing new technology which came out a few years ago. And well, before I get into that, a little intro about quantum healing, frequency, energy, vibration. Yesterday, I posted a little video, just a very brief explanation. And I want to stay brief with this as well. So I said everything is frequency, and that is scientifically proven. Now, I also mentioned that if I go down to the atom, that vibrates at a certain frequency. Now, if I go even further down into the quarks and all these very, very small parts of an atom, I will find that they actually just consist of energy and frequency and vibration. And okay, that's that. Then on top of that, we know by now through quantum field theory that everything originates out of the quantum field, and that is just frequency, energy, and possibility. So when this information, which is embedded in frequencies, comes down in their frequency and manifests in the physical body, stones, rocks, what have you not, that's how we be. But we are directly coming out of this quantum field, and we are deeply connected with that. So in our perfect state, which is slightly challenging to be in, we would vibrate perfectly and have a connection with our soul. Now there are a few things which blocks our access to our being, so to speak. And that is karmic, that is ancestral, and that is traumas and experiences we had in our childhood. So all these different energies and frequencies and information we bring with us or take on when we grow up blocks us from connecting with ourselves. And it is understood that here we are in the third dimension. The fourth dimension is the emotional. The fifth one is the mental. And the sixth one, up to the 12th dimension, is our soul, our spirit. And if one would become completely realized, we would be in the 12th dimension. Now the challenge is to connect with the sixth dimension, is to connect with our soul, with our spirit. And that is blocked by said traumas, karma, ancestral stories which we take on by just being in that field. So the idea is to remove these blockages. One way is meditation. It is challenging. We sit years and years and do yoga and do this, do that, but we don't really get there because there's so many layers of different frequencies which stops us from getting there, connecting with our soul. All right, that's in a nutshell. It's maybe, or it's a slightly bit more complicated, but that gives us an understanding how frequency, how information blocks us from accessing ourselves, brings us into an unhealthy state, traumas, karmic, all that good stuff. So what science now understood and also proved in experiments is that when you have a certain frequency with a certain direction, positive or negative, and you apply the exact same frequency with the opposite charge, they harmonize and cancel each other out. So in order to remove these non-beneficial frequencies, these so-called negative frequencies from our being, our energy field, emotional and mental part, we need to find the exact frequency so that we can neutralize it, so that we can harmonize. Now a German guy called Mark, with the help of an energy healer, a frequency doctor in Portugal, Dr. Nina, developed a device which amazingly connects with the quantum field. It measures your frequency, goes into the quantum field, finds the correct frequency which would bring us into the 0 point, cancel that out, brings the information back, and through that little device, it's actually very small, I'm working with it, it's called Healy, which has a quantum sensor inside. I don't know how that technology works, but I do know that it works out of experience. So we put in the correct frequencies to neutralize, so to speak, the negative frequencies. Now, bringing us back into a healthy state, removing all the obstacles our emotional field holds, neutralizes the information so we can get into the fourth dimension. Same with the mental field, depression, anxiety. If I find the right frequency, I can neutralize it. So that's what the device does. It goes into the quantum field, finds the right correct frequency, comes back, applies it. It measures your energy field, your information field, every 10 seconds. Goes back, checks, brings back the right frequency. That's in a nutshell. And we know through this Japanese doctor who researched how vibration, information influences water. Yeah, I put the word love, which has a frequency, has information, onto water. I make a photo of that. I have beautiful crystals. I put the word hate on it, make a photo of that crystal. It's distorted. So we know information and frequency influences us. So this device, yeah, it's just amazing. It reads your energy field, checks what is correct, brings it back, and then applies this frequency. And through the help of Dr. Nina, who is a Portuguese frequency doctor who works for over 20 years in that field, they brought in more than 140,000 different frequencies, made certain program bundles for pain, for mental, for fitness, for detox, for whatnot, many applications. And again, I choose a program, say for chronic pain. Now everybody is different. And before there were machines like the Rife machine or the Time Weaver. Well, the Time Weaver is a little bit different. It's a forerunner of the Healy, who goes also into the quantum field. But the Rife machine, and there's many other machines who apply frequencies to heal our body. Now, unfortunately, they were fixed, and that doesn't necessarily work for everybody. So this quantum sensor embedded in this tiny little device measures yours and then applies what is needed. On top of that, you can apply microcurrent into your body. And you do that with like wristbands or electronic pads you stick into areas where there's, for example, pain. You put it around the pain, and then we apply a microcurrent into your body. So what that does, we found out that a healthy cell, a young cell, is at a voltage of minus 70 milliamp. When we now get influenced by electrosmog, EMF, by pollutant, by trauma, this currency goes less. So that when we get into, say, minus 30, we develop cancer cells. And when it gets to 0, the cell dies. So what this microcurrent does is it brings the voltage of the cell back to normal so that the cell can function correctly and gets back into a space where it can remove all the toxins, become nourished, remove the waste, and bring in nourishment. So on top of the frequency which heals our body, we also heal our cells and bringing them back into a healthy state. That is this in a nutshell. And this device was really developed not just by one person who was the founder of the company. He was a physicist, and then he went to India and was a monk for 12 years. And when he came back, he combined spirituality with technology to develop this device so that we all can be the master of our own health and not dependent on anybody else. So that's for our health. On top of that, when we remove the blockages from our emotional and mental body, we are actually more able and easier to connect with our soul. And there have been many, many testimonies of people who use this Healy that their meditation gets deeper, that they have more intuition, that they become clearer. It boosts our ability to really connect with ourselves, because all the blockages, all the layers of non-beneficial frequencies and energies and information is removed. This is very short. I've been learning about this device for months. And I know out of experience it works amazingly. And so when I use this device, or I have this device, I actually don't really need to understand it or need to know everything there is to be known about it. It is very user-friendly. self-explanatory, and because the machine goes into the quantum field, I don't really know. I need to know. And I just use it. And people report amazing results for 30 years of pain. Within a month, gone. Depression, anxiety, in days, gone. They get their life back. And from that starting point, we are more able to be in meditation and go more faster on our path to self-realization. So briefly, this device comes in 4 bundles. It's the same hardware, it's the same small little thing, and the only difference is how many programs are in there. And even the lowest edition detoxes our body, brings us back into balance, and is amazingly beneficial. Now, the highest edition has some amazing additional features in it. It can, in real time, analyze what you need. It has benefits because I have a headache. So I would usually use the pain program. That works. And many times I have the headache because something else is wrong, and that reflects into my head. So the resonance, how is it called, checks what is the most beneficial thing for you at this point. Gives a recommendation and applies it. On top of that, it analyzes your aura and then gives you recommendation how to activate or realign your chakras. So for example, if my third chakra is at 30% instead of 100%, it gives me recommendation of how to change my outlook, exercises to do, so that I can bring the functionality of my chakra back into the 100%. On top of all of that, since we are talking about the quantum field, there is no time and space. So I can do distance healing with anybody, anywhere on the planet, because the vibration, the frequencies get sent into the quantum field to that person. And it works like a charm. Before I even got the device, I was coming down with a cold. Somebody did a distance healing on me. Within 20 minutes, gone. Just amazing. All right. That's in a nutshell quantum healing, frequency healing. And now we can take our power back, get independent from doctors and the pharmaceutical industry, and be our own healer. It can't get any better than that, as far as I'm concerned. So, if you like more, contact me, and I will send you videos and different explanation. You can talk to me and ask me questions. And if you feel inspired, I can help you get this device. So, thank you so much for listening. If you feel inspired, share this. And if you have more questions, contact me. And Piazza, my partner, she said, this is a gift, which you have to pay, but it's still a gift to humanity. The goal of the company is to have 500 million families using this device to become more healthy, to vibrate in a higher frequency, and through that help humanity as well. But first things first, and that's me. And when I get into a higher frequency, don't need to deal with all the blockages and misinformation which doesn't benefit me and doesn't help me. I can step into my being. I can step into my power. And through that, we all do that, we can be the means to change. All right, my friends. I hope that was somewhat clear. I hope you got an idea. And if that was beneficial, wow. Have a wonderful day. And I see you probably Thursday or Friday with another session of mini readings. And have a wonderful time. Blessings to you all.